Now, if you're still searching for correlations, I would actually point, and this is my Indian gene here speaking, I would really point to Harsha Bhogle's essay on cricket, which is actually improbably instructive. It connects national sports and nationhood, reminding me of Frank Zappa's famous statement that all you need for a country is an airport, a beer, and a football team. Now substitute cricket for football, and you actually get the story of modern India's evolution. To cut a long tale short, that is one of graduating from playing safe to wanting to win. So taking risks is as much part of going up the ladder as is serious application.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jaishankar, for your assessment of the challenges and the opportunities for both of our countries in the ever-changing world we do live in. I'd like to start by taking you to the real reason why you are here in Melbourne. As much as we are so pleased you're here at the university, we know you are here.
The Melbourne cricket ground.
Oh, the Melbourne cricket, the MCG, as we call it. Well, we know the real reason you're here.
Diplomacy is, a lot of it is a very intercultural exercise. You're talking to somebody from a very different society, often with a different language or any other social characteristic. And if you're really good in your business, you need to understand what is in their mind and put it to them in a way in which they will understand it, which is where experience and education comes in. So if you are to use an example, I would, if I were to talk to an American or a Russian or a Chinese or a Japanese, I would use an example from their history, from their society, a metaphor which they will understand. But it is a similar activity I can describe to you is a little bit like sports. A good batsman has to know what is going through the bowler's mind. And that's really when you read the ball coming in. So it's a test, okay? Because there's a competition going on here. Each one tries to be a step beyond the other. I mean, diplomacy is very, very often like that.
I must tell you, when I look back at the last few years, one little thing which I did, which I'm particularly proud of, was to help find the Afghan national team a kind of a home cricket base to actually develop the team, which happened to be a suburb of Delhi. And when I look at them today performing, I identify almost as much with them as I do with my own team. Look, when I wrote the book, and even otherwise, I meant this more as a general, as a broad mindset. I mean, I didn't have a particular country or a particular situation in mind. But so in a sense, I would say mastering mind games would for me be a general approach. I mean, it is part, I obviously use it in world politics, foreign policy sort of thing. But to me, it's a natural part of competition. You look at any sport, I mean, say cricket, okay? Look at the mind games which accompany cricket. I mean, there was a time, my generation would remember Steve Waugh's Australia, even Ricky Ponting's Australia. Look at the mind games they would play with you before the test series started. So a lot of it, to me, how do you build your competitive skills? And then when you rise, any country rises, the country will be tested, it will be challenged. The world will not let any country, any society rise without, you can call it a kind of Newton's third law of politics. So look, at the end of the day, a lot of this is about us also, developing the mental strengths. Today, as we get bigger, we can't
continue to behave and react the way we are doing. And I mean, in a sense, that is the plea of my book. However, if there is a chapter which is in my mind which I didn't write. That chapter would be, how would I would have correlated what is happening in our foreign policy with what is happening in cricket. See the rise of India today also reflected in the rise of Indian cricket. Now you look at Indian cricket, there was a time when we said, well, that's the deal ICC offers, this is how umpires behave, this is what playing conditions are, this is, what happens, somebody hits you on the shins when you are crossing to take a run, and that's our karma and we take it. Then you start to change, okay? So you have a Ganguly who brings a attitude, in my view, a positive attitude to the field. You have a Sehwag who brings that confidence to the opening. You have a Dhoni who is able to outthink the other party. You have a Kohli who shows you that it's a daily, you have to win every match. It is a fitness kind of thing. And you may have occasionally a Gambhir who would also use his elbow well. So my point is, these are the kind of attributes today which you also need in foreign policy.